It looks like Cole LaBrant and his wife Savannah have suddenly been hit with the reality that having too many kids just for the purpose of content creation is neither practical nor sustainable. They are currently 5 kids in and have finally realized that using them for content is enough to secure their financial future. Don't be fooled though, that's the only reason why Cole and Savannah announced that they're done having kids. There is trouble in paradise, guys, money-related trouble. Could this be the last desperate attempt to save their marriage before it crumbles under the weight of bankruptcy? Please stick around because you won't want to miss the real story of what's happening inside the LaBrant household. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
If you are thinking about having 5 kids, think again.
Okay.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying make sure you're really thinking this through.
The ever super clickbaity, clout-chasing, fame-hungry, Jesus-loving family, the LaBrant's family, are at it again, guys. They recently made a video announcing that they were done having kids and that Cole was getting a vasectomy. We have uncovered what is really going on. Let's start with the stats. This is a real state of affair, guys. But before we even get into that, what caught my attention was that this channel had amassed a whopping 4.6 billion views in total. 4.6 billion, y'all. Let me put that into perspective for you. That's like filling up 46,000 football stadiums with fans who came just to watch their videos. 4.6 billion is more than half of the entire human population on the earth. That means these two were making more than $1 million on YouTube in 1 month, just by showing their kids' faces. Not to mention the numerous other sources of income their kids created for them, like brand deals and other online platforms. That's like enough money to feed even their 3rd generation, if they invested it well, that is. But did they? However, this is where the problem started. If you check the analytics further, you'll notice that in the last 28 days, the LaBrant family only had a little over 3 million views, which is still a lot. However, the more you keep scrolling further down, the more you realize that the LaBrant family has been losing viewers like crazy. Their views are down, with over 50 million views over the past year. Basically, people are not watching this channel anymore, at least not as much as they used to. To be fair, a larger group of their audience has grown and is probably no longer into kids content anymore. Some are more mature now, and you can see the kind of child exploitation that goes on in these channels. But in the same breath, you'd assume that they'd be gaining new subs. I mean, it's not like the world is in a short supply of kid viewers. They haven't gained not even a single subscriber in the last 3 months. But it gets worse, y'all. In the past year, the LaBrant family channel has lost hundreds of thousands of subs. The stats further reveal that the channel is down from over 13 million subs to 12.9 million. Again, this is still a crazy huge number that most of us YouTubers would never even attain. But the fallout is just as huge. Losing over 300k subs in months is insane, especially if you're losing more than you're gaining, which is exactly what the LaBrant family is currently experiencing. And by the way, this could be happening all across their social media platforms because I can't think of any content that's currently getting more hate than the family channels. The thing is, back then people were fascinated by just watching how other people lived their lives, but that changed after they started realizing that these kids' childhoods were being taken away from them and they were being forced to work. Not to mention the extreme cases like the 8 Passengers channel scandal. And to make it even worse, Cole and Savannah don't even have any real friends around them. And they're also not really in a good place with their family members. What is it with these big time creators cutting off family members and friends and just riding solo? While it's great to build an online community, surely by now we all know better that they can turn against you overnight, just as it is now happening to Cole and Sav. So it would help to maintain some real connections with friends and family. If y'all remember, the LaBrant family moved states to Tennessee away from their family members immediately after Everleigh's dad died. It's probably hitting them that they're in the middle of nowhere alone and are no longer adored with the online community as they were before. But when did Cole and Savannah become the villains? If memory serves you well, you might remember their infamous scandal. Cole and Sav clearly never sat this one out because had they known the amount of backlash and cancellation they would face for making such remarks, they would have focused on filming their children. They have never recovered from the effects of this controversy, and believe it or not, it has played a huge role in the current state of their channel. Anyways, back to their current video.
Hello.
Okay,
We're back to
so
talking.
we're back to talking. life has been bonkers over here.
It has been pretty.
Hasn't it been bonkers?
Yeah.
So we just need to catch up. Guys, it is getting lit in the LaBrant family household.
Influencers. See, this is why people just can't stand content creators anymore. Why are they always acting super busy? You'd think the global economy is on their hands. These people do not live normal lives but make money filming. Not that that can't get overwhelming, but to be honest, people with regular lives like 9 to 5s would feel spited when a privileged influencer starts whining about their busy schedule, which involves taking videos, cool pics, vacations, and unboxing a bunch of free stuff.
It's more so like I feel like right now in this moment, I can't like go to a pool with all the children by myself, which I'm not used to that. I feel like I can go anywhere by myself with all my kids.
I'll talk as a...
Imagine going to the pool with all your 5 kids being your main worry, when you can go with their father too, or hire nannies, yet normal folks have serious dilemmas like finding affordable daycare so they can work overtime or just hop from one job to another.
If you are thinking about having 5 kids, think again.
Okay.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying make sure you're really thinking this through.
5 kids is a lot of kids.
Yeah, right. Still strong on the privilege. These people have enough money to hire a full-time nanny for each other child. If they don't have one, it's out of choice. Again, normal Rando and Jane are in the streets and they don't have that kind of privilege.
I feel bad saying this because 4 kids is still a lot of kids, but I didn't feel like 4 kids was a lot on me, and I feel like 5 kids, I'm finally like, oh, I get stressed out a little bit.
Everybody has their limit that...
Maybe 4 kids weren't such a handful because you pulled Everleigh out of school and made her a babysitter at the tender age of 9.
With another baby coming too, like it's nice having an extra pair of hands around the house, even if it's a 9-year-old.
Oh, and by the way, this incident also exposed them for who they were and saw them losing another couple thousand subs. If y'all are not getting it, these 2 are basically whining about having baby number 5 and how much of a handful the family has been because of this one wrong decision, especially because the kids were so closely spaced. They had to be in quick succession because YouTube money had to be made.
It's more so like I feel like right now in this moment, I can't like go to a pool with all the children by myself, which I'm not used to that. I feel like I can go anywhere by myself with all my kids.
I'll talk as a husband. Savannah is super mom. Like everything that you guys see on whatever.
I don't even mean it like that, but I'm not I don't get stressed out very easily.
Yeah.
So I thrive on chaos and I do really well with chaos, but I personally feel like if I were to go to the pool with all 5 kids right now, I would probably be a little stressed out that like something was gonna happen.
I mean, you do.
And by the way, does it make sense to y'all how these 2 keep going on and on about how insane it is to have 5 kids, plus they have a lot going on? If it's true that they don't have nannies, then guess who's taking all the heat? Yeah, it's Sav. That's why she brought up how hectic it is to take their babies to the pool. I don't know, with all this money, if they don't want anyone else in their house, then best believe that they aren't who they claim to be. You see, every parent's fear is something bad happening to their kid. However, for these 2 and all the other parent content creators, their worst fear has always been getting exposed for being absolute monsters in real life.
I think too, we don't have help at all. Like we don't have babysitting help, and I think a lot of people don't realize that too, because probably just assume that we do, but we don't have any help with the kids.
Well, we got our kids out here. We have a date night coming up, and we had the babysitter come an hour early so we could film this.
So, which one is it? Do y'all have help or not? So basically this video was more of an update on what they have been up to and filling in strangers on their kids' progress. This is the part that rubbed a lot of people wrong. They went on and on about Everleigh being in dance school and how hectic it is to pick and drop her off.
She was doing this prior to us slowing down here in Texas.
This is what she's always done.
This is what she's always done. So for us, it's like, and she loves it so much, and she's so good at it. This is what she loves doing. So for me, it's like, I can't pull the reins on it when it's something that she's already so into. If she were 5 or 6, I feel like I could.
Yeah.
They also mentioned that her classes last from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the weekends, and immediately people were like, no, that's not healthy for a kid, it's too much. Would you believe they even kind of mentioned how Everleigh's classes are a bit on the higher end and that they've only let her keep doing it because she had started way back before they moved to Tennessee? Money! Of all the LaBrant kids, Everleigh is clearly the moneymaker. They started filming the poor kid long before they even got married. Everleigh is the one who brought in the millions, and yet you're reluctant about letting her do the one thing she loves? You're worried about money? Imagine publicly saying that had your daughter been younger, you would have killed their dream of ever being a dancer. Have they considered that Everleigh takes dance classes to stay away from y'all's madness? She could have the camera on her face from morning till nightfall. Now, on to the next chapter of this wild story. For you to get the full picture of just how fame-hungry Cole and Sav are, let me take you back real quick to where this all started and why these two stopped making any other forms of content and turned their kids into money-making machines. You see, I have always believed that if you look a little deeper into these YouTube parents, you'll notice that they've just been problematic people all throughout their lives, and their kids are just unfortunate to be born parented by chaotic people. Take Cole LaBrant, for instance. Judging from his past, you won't be shocked that his life has turned out like this. What most of you might not know was that Cole's initial brush with fame had nothing to do with his Christian background or family values, but he was actually making thirst trap videos with two of his childhood friends.
How many of you here know what we're talking about when we talk about them white boys? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's where the hashtag twerk for Jesus came from. Yeah.
They literally believed they were twerking for Jesus. Savannah, on the other hand, didn't have a very eventful childhood like him. She started dancing at a pretty young age and later tried her hand at photography, but the tides turned when she had her first baby at 19.
Hey, baby.
Hi, husband.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Hey, look. Hey, wife.
Hey, husband.
Anyways, Cole and Sav's relationship was a major turning point because something funny started happening. All the videos Cole posted of just the two of them weren't performing as well as the ones that included Everleigh. For example, a video like How We Met got a lot of views, but it was nothing compared to videos like this one of Everleigh dancing, which got a whopping 24 million views. And so naturally, the LaBrant family realized that including their daughter helped bring in numbers, and so before long, they literally made their daughter a commercial commodity. And they have continued to use all of their kids for YouTube money up to date. I mean, a video of Everleigh losing her first tooth has 46 million views, and their most watched video to date was this one of Everleigh and Cole doing karaoke. So this explains why the LaBrant family and all the other family vlogging channels exploit even the most intimate moments of their kids' lives. Cause if a tooth falling off can bring in those crazy numbers, then what would stop Ruby Frankie from shaving her daughter's legs and posting it? To these parents, what really matters is getting that massive paycheck. Funny enough, every family channel swears on camera lenses that they don't like the fame, and they make it look like they have no choice but to keep doing it anyway. First off, we don't use our children for fame. We hate the fame. It's the worst part of what we do. Savannah and I both had large followings before ever posting our kids. They're our kids and pride and joy, so of course we include them in everything we do now. Yeah, right. If you guys were huge even before having kids, then it would have made more sense if you kept doing your thing and left the kids out of it. I mean, Cole wasn't such a bad twerker. It's even funnier that they have gone ahead to create Instagram pages for all of their kids, and get this, even their dog. Yep. Dog. Have you ever noticed that the family channels always seem to have more kids? It's not because they love children so much. No loving parent would deny their child a normal childhood, forcing them to be in videos constantly with no privacy or rest. But these kids are the ones paying the bills. So the parents keep having the kids because that's what they need to keep creating content. It's no wonder that they never have any private moments. Everything is content, from announcing pregnancies and births to teething, gender reveals, and a baby's first real meal. For the parents, it's a profitable business. If you think about it, it's like having to raise capital, have a child one time, and then profits just keep coming. And if they can't have more kids, they often resort to adoption, not out of love for children, but because they need more content. How else will they afford their lavish lifestyles if their kids don't work for them? Remember the content creator who canceled an adoption when she was told she'd have to wait a year for the baby to move in? She couldn't imagine a whole year without content, so she opted out.
We are not adopting from Thailand.
So
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thailand has its own law that's unique to it, that after you pick up your child and they're your child, you are not allowed to talk about them or share any images, photos, videos, anything about them online for a year.
Or the other creator who adopted an autistic child but returned him because she wasn't ready for the challenges. She took the poor baby in for content and public sympathy, wanting to be seen as the woman who adopted an autistic child. But when things got tough, she backed out faster than she went in. For them, it's like buying a dress from Shein and returning it because it wasn't as fancy as they thought. It's such a sad state of affairs, but that's the reality. Thanks guys for watching, and see you in the next video.